Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. The title of our today's video is How to Add HubSpot Deal in Microsoft Excel Sheets. So the objective of our today's video is that as soon as a new deal is updated in my HubSpot CRM account, automatically that details should be added to my Microsoft Excel too. For this, we are going to create a connection between our HubSpot CRM and Microsoft Excel. To create this connection without knowing any programming or coding language, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. It is an amazing automation software. So in Pabbly, we have the concept of trigger and action. For trigger, we are going to use HubSpot CRM, and for action, we are using Microsoft Excel. So if you also wish to learn this process step by step, follow me through the screen. Welcome to my screen. So as you know, in this video we are going to learn how to add HubSpot deal in Microsoft Excel Sheets. For this, we are going to create a connection between our Microsoft Excel account and our HubSpot account. To create this connection, I have already opened the landing page of Pabbly simply by searching pabbly.com/connect in my browser. It is very easy. So as soon as you'll open the landing page of Pabbly, you are going to get two options. One is sign in and the another one is sign up for free. So if you are a new user, you can click on sign up for free and you are going to get 100 of tasks free every month. But I'm an existing user, so I'm going to click on sign in. And now it is opening all Pabbly apps. Over here you can see all the tools and applications offered by Pabbly. But in today's video, we are going to use Pabbly Connect because we are connecting two applications, which is Microsoft Excel and HubSpot. So I'm going to click on Access Now right over here. And now it is opening my dashboard. And to start with the automation, I'm going to click on this button right over here, which says Create Workflow. And now it is asking me the workflow name and the folder I want to save the workflow in. So I want to save the workflow in this folder which says Automations, and I want to name my workflow as Add HubSpot Deal in Microsoft Excel Sheets. And then we are going to click on Create. And now it is opening the most important window of our automation, that is our workflow window. This is the most important window because we have trigger and action in this. Trigger means when this happens and action means do this. By this, you can understand that the trigger is the commander for the workflow and actions follow the commands. And as you know that we can have only a single commander but multiple followers. So over here we can have only a single trigger but multiple actions following the commands of our trigger. So now we are going to select our trigger application, which would be HubSpot, because I want that as soon as a new deal is added in my HubSpot account, automatically my workflow should be triggered. So I'm going to search for HubSpot CRM and select it. And then for the trigger event, we are going to select new deal added. And then we are going to click on connect. And as you can see that it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your HubSpot CRM account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to click on add a new connection and then connect with HubSpot CRM. And now I'm going to select my account and click on choose account. And then it is asking me for some permissions. I click on allow, and yes, you can see that we have successfully connected our HubSpot CRM account with our Pabbly's workflow. And now it is asking me for the output properties. So I'm going to select the properties which I wish to extract from my deal details. So first I'm going to open this, and first I'm going to select the deal name. So I'm going to search for deal name and then select it. Then I'm going to select the priority of my deal. So I'm going to search for priority and select the priority of my deal. Then we are going to select the close date of my deal. So I'm going to search for close date and select it. And then I want to select the create date of my deal. So I'm going to search for create date and select it. And in the last, I want to select the amount of my deal. So I'm going to search for amount and then we are going to select amount. And yes, you can see that I have selected all the details I want to extract from my deal. So if you wish, you can add more details right over here just by simply searching and selected the required detail. So I have selected my required, and now before clicking on save and send test request, I'll let you know that HubSpot CRM is a pooling based application and it is saying that this trigger will check for new data in every 10 minutes. So over here, as soon as I'm going to click on save and send test request, it is going to give me the details of my latest lead updated. So first we are going to our HubSpot CRM account and we are going to update a deal. So first I'll open my HubSpot CRM, and over here you can see all the deals that I've created in my HubSpot CRM. And now I'm going to edit a deal, which is this real estate deal. So I'm going to click on preview right over here. And then we are going to open about this deal. So over here I'm going to edit some of the details. For the priority, I want to keep it as high. And then for the close date, I want to keep the date as 5th of May. And then we are going to click on save. And yes, you can see changes saved. This means that we have successfully updated our deal, and now we are going back to our workflow and we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the response of our latest deal, which is real estate deal. And over here you can see the close date, create date, the amount of my deal, and also the priority of my deal, which is high. This means that our trigger step is successful, and now we are moving on to our action step. For the action application, we are going to select Microsoft Excel because I want that as soon as a new deal is added in my HubSpot CRM, automatically the details of that lead should be added as a new row in my Microsoft Excel too. So I'm going to search for Microsoft Excel and select it. And then for the action event, we are going to select Add Row to Worksheet. And then we are going to click on Connect. And as you can see, again it is asking me to add a new connection or select the existing connection. So if you have already connected your Microsoft Excel account with your Pabbly's workflow, you can click on select existing connection and then save. But if you haven't, you have to follow me. Click on add a new connection and then connect with Microsoft Excel. And then it is asking you for some permissions. So I'm going to click on accept and give Pabbly all the permissions it is asking for because my data is secure with Pabbly. You can also click on accept because it is safe. So as soon as you'll click on access, you can see that you have successfully connected your Microsoft Excel account with your Pabbly's workflow. And over here you can see connected. And now it is asking me the workbook name. So my workbook name is Hub Excel. So I'm going to select Hub Excel right over here. So I'm going to search for it and select it. And now you can see that as soon as I selected my workbook, Pabbly detected the drive ID. So we don't have to change this. Directly we are moving on to the worksheet. So the name of my worksheet is deal. As over here you can see deal. So we are going to select deal right over here. And then it is asking me for the deal name, amount, create date, close date, and priority. So we are going to map these details. Mapping is a method by Pabbly, which means inserting the data from the previous step. And as you know, our previous step was the trigger step, where we selected HubSpot CRM as our trigger application. So we are going to map the details from the response of our trigger application only. So I'm going to map these details because I want this workflow to run in real time and automatically change the details with every new HubSpot deal created. So first we are going to enter the deal name. I'm going to search for deal name and select the deal name. So as you can see that I have mapped these deal name, and then I'm going to map the amount. So I'm going to search for amount right over here and map the amount. And then it is asking me for the create date and the close date. So again we are going to search for date. And as you can see that over here the create date is in not the desired format which we want to add the date in. We want to add the date in this format. So for this we are going to add a new step. So we are going to scroll up, and between the trigger and the action step we are going to click on this plus button. And over here we are going to search for date time formatter by Pabbly. This is a feature by Pabbly which helps you to format the date and time. So for the action event we are going to select format date only. And then we are going to click on connect. And now it is asking me for the date. So we are going to map the date right over here. I am going to search for date and map the create date. And then it is selecting the from format. We just have to select the to format, and I want the to format to be this. And then we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that it has given me the date in my desired format. So we did this for the create date. We have to repeat the same for the close date too. So instead of repeating the whole step again, we are just going to clone this step and change the date. We are going to click on this 3 dots and then clone step. And then we are going to open the third step which we cloned just now. And over here instead of create date, we are going to just select the close date. So I'm going to search for close date and select it. And again, without changing any of these, we are going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received the desired date format for a close date too. And now we are going on to the Microsoft Excel action step again. And then over here we are going to map the details of our date. So we are going to map these details from the action step which is date time formatter. So I'm going to open this and we are going to map the result right over here. So this was for the create date. So I'm going to map this, and same we are going to do for the close date too. So after mapping both of these, we are going to map the priority. So I'm going to search for priority right over here and map it which is high. After mapping all these details, I'm going to click on save and send test request. And yes, you can see that we have received a positive response that our details has been added to our Excel too. So we are going to open our Excel and check that if the details have been added or not. And yes, you can see deal name, the amount, the create date and the close date also with the priority has been added to our Excel too. This means that my workflow is successful, and I'll just test the workflow once, and this time I'm going to give you a real-time example. So to test this, I'm going to open my HubSpot CRM, and then we are going to click on create deal. And we are going to create a deal right over here. I will name my deal as real estate deal 2. And then for the deal stage, I am going to select contract sent. For the amount, I'll keep it as 200. Close date as 10th of May. And then the deal type as new business and priority as low. And then we are going to click on create. And yes, you can see that our deal has been created. So now we are going back to our workflow. And over here, you can see that HubSpot is a polling based application, and in every 10 minutes it is going to check for the new data. So we are going to wait for 10 minutes and then we are going to open our Excel and check that if the details of the deal has been added or not. This time we are not going to click on save and send test request. We'll directly move on to our Excel. So now it has been 10 minutes and now we are going to open our Excel. And yes, you can see deal name real estate deal 2, amount 200, created date 26/4/2024 and the close date and also the same priority we entered in our HubSpot CRM. So this means that our workflow is successful, and I'll just summarize the workflow for you once. So for our trigger application, I selected HubSpot CRM. For the trigger event, I selected new deal added. For the action application, I selected Microsoft Excel, and then for the action event, I selected add row to the worksheet. And then we wanted the date of our deal to be in a desired format, so we added an action step of date time formatter, which is a feature by Pabbly. So we created 2 action steps, one for the create date and one for the closed date. And over here, you can see the 2 details that I've added during this video using my workflow. So this means that my video is successful, and if you have any queries related to the video or the workflow, directly comment on this video. And for your reference, I'll just clone the workflow and share the workflow link in the description box. Thank you for watching. Not only these applications, but with the help of Pabbly, you can integrate many more applications. So now, if you have any doubts, you can reach us at support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can reach us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, you can follow this website. And if you find our videos helpful, do like and subscribe our channel. Thank you for watching.